So, brief recap. We are a detective. We are a drunk. We woke up with complete amnesia of everything that came before this morning. We don't know who we are. We don't know what the world is. We don't know what the country we're in are. I've lost my badge. I've lost my gun. We're investigating a body that's hanging from a tree. And at the moment, we're trying to cut down that body from the tree. And so in order to do that, we're trying to employ the help of a big strong man who we found on the gate to the dockyard. And in order for him to help us, we have to learn more about his very racist theories of superior races and things like that. So we listened to a bunch of that. All made up races, by the way. This is all entirely fictional. The potato eaters, yes.
What chips?
And so now what we need to do is we need to internalize what we've learned from him, and then come back when we have fully realized what he's talking about. Unfortunately, we have no room in our brain to internalize any more thoughts, so we need to level up so we can unlock a new spot for internalizing. Because here we are in our thought cabinet. We have our 3 spaces here. We have the volumetric shit compressor to get our shit together. Magnesium-based life forms, which has significantly boosted our morale and our volition. And we're currently internalizing the thoughts about how we get home and where we live. So we need to unlock a new spot here to do advanced race theory. And then we can get his help, hopefully. So we're looking around. When does that pop? The lonesome long way home? 2 hours 6 minutes. Okay, so around 4 o'clock. Need to sneeze. Oh! That was a big one. What's this? A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. Oh yeah, and this body had a bunch of armor on it. And some of the armor is in the sea, apparently. Oh, what's this? Can we get there? There's a woman up there that we can talk to. Soundtrack's amazing. I've turned the game capture down a little bit because I watched a bit of the VOD back yesterday. It did seem quite loud. Oh, we've got some more magnesium. Fantastic. That will help us stay alive if our morale hits 0. We also have 3 pounds to our name. We need more pounds. Because we owe the hostel a bunch of money. Because we broke the window. Document reserves for residents of Rue de Sanguillain. Your room in the Whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. Hello, sir.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top
Madam.
of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. We know what the RCM is now. It's the citizens militia that we're the police of. What does the L? Joyce L? What does the L stand for?
Leighton, my maiden name.
A bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Okay. Okay. The RCM is often drunk.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
I wonder if she can take us out to sea to hunt for the missing armor.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Kim is our partner in this.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
Do you remember Caillou? The annoying bald kid cartoon? Does anyone remember Caillou? Wait, I thought Le Caillou was one big island.
Okay, if you want to get technical. The point is, we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another, especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike.
Understood. About this boat of yours.
She nods attentively.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cor de Leyte 19, because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it? Very well, thank you.
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Eel's hips?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
You have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license.
Okay.
Sly Fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
I think I have a handle on this boat thing.
Good.
Ah. What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
The octopus that straddles Revachon, the Emergencies Act, is the cornerstone of post-war Revachon, inseparable from the world it created.
Wouldn't want to disturb an octopus. Better let it be.
I am glad you see it that way. To repeal the Act would mean repealing the coalition government, the one that leases you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-metre 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
My race mentor? No, we're not subscribing to his beliefs. So the strike is connected to the lynching.
Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later.
How are the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
They're pushing their luck, are they?
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Seems like they have no idea about business.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
What does that even mean?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision, about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny, I have to admit.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
We know him.
This checks out.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Cool. Remember, we are not good with people, so we're leaning into that.
Yes. Extremely. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Tell me about this union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are two of him? Where's my two of them button? There it is.
Now there are two of them.
Timing!
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself, outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
He hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother.
He turns to me.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
A giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name. And I don't have access to the union's files.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
You fall silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
I don't have my badge number. Secret task complete? Interview the Wild Pines rep?
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, detective?
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Ah, god damn it.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Could try suggestion, but that's very low. Plus one sympathy for my amnesia. Then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let
So
me
that's
be
Sigourney
perfectly
Weaver.
clear.
He does look like Sigourney Weaver.
The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
Yeah. You serious? Can I have some money? Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Why? How is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching? I was thinking she looks like Thatcher. You're saying Sigourney Weaver looks like Thatcher? Sigourney Weaver could play Thatcher.
Better not tie the forestay to the batstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Who are the other Indo tribes?
Saint-Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
The money I owe is so much less than that.
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary. But they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation and madness have gone into this endeavour. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Seamanese. Probably helps to start out with a royal monopoly.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed.
What
To survive,
chips?
Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
Tortilla chips were a success? Yes, Pippin! Congratulations. What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world? That's quite the endeavour indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
Thank you, that's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Okay, we really need to find our badge. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Save. I'm going to go and check my room again. What's that over there? Can I get there? Looks like there was more construction here once, decades ago. Who are you?
The streets will flow red once more, a great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Sigourney Thatcher probably wouldn't give anyone money. She'll just take their milk.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Don't use that tone with me. I am the law.
Sod off, pig man. Art is above the law.
Despite the stats, she puts the brush aside.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Fucko. So you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art? Art for the, body?
Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell.
In the fishing village.
If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
And there's a little girl wearing the gloves there.
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
She looks at you a little sad suddenly.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully towards Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
You mean Joyce?
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honour.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I'm going to have to stop you. This is hooliganism.
Let's be realistic. What are you going to do? Climb up there?
You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Severely lacking in havoc. Maybe she can go meet Kuno, the prick. Inside the frame of a motorcycle and repairing the tools used to disassemble it. Rue de Sangle Lane, roundabout north. Oh, can I go in there?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Ungulate? Pigs aren't ungulates. I don't know what ungulate means.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
Anymore.
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
He trails off, leaving the centre.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint sweeping sounds inside.
Round the back, you reckon? We get there? Autosave, thank you. Oh, this way? Oh, God. That.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Conceptualization impossible, 18. 17% chance. White check may retry it.
Because this is no ordinary wall. It is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
This is like a line from the Stanley Parable. More!
O wall father.
Wow. Healed morale. I was at max anyway. Kim, I must paint this wall. Add even more beauty to it.
Huh? He sounds tired of it all. Cindy the Skull has all the necessary materials. Talk to her.
First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take another look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty.
Sure.
I must talk to Cindy. Get the necessary materials from her.
If you must.
New task. Add even more beauty to the wall. Right, we've got some... Okay, we've got 50 XP. 100, we get another skill point. Got lots of tasks. Getting the hanged man's boots. Get the boots off victim's feet. In order to succeed, the body has to be down, autopsy has to be finished, and Kim has to be absent. He wouldn't approve. This would be devilishly tricky. Okay. Track down my gun. Oh, God. Track down my badge. Joyce's info on the lynching. I need my badge to hear that. Yeah, okay, find the gloves. Ask the little girl in the fishing village. Yeah, add even more beauty to the wall. Let's see. Thinking of ruminants. I don't know what that is either. I don't know what ruminants are. Oh, hello. Who's that?
Hey, what's that noise down there?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Ungulates are hoofed animals. Ruminants are the ones that have 4 stomach chambers, like cows and sheep. Oh. Didn't know sheep had 4 stomachs as well as cows. Actually, the gerrymandery really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Biggest quiz bugbear, how many stomachs does a cow have? Is it stomach chambers? Is it technically one stomach? The number of chambers?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around this courtyard again. Snow blankets the old patio chairs and dead houseplants. And all the neighbouring windows are black.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
Your Sunday friend? What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighbouring windowsills.
One of my stomach chambers is for desserts. Yep, humans have a dessert stomach. Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
All right, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
Bastard. He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Let him go. It's a red check, can't be retried.
Good luck with the investigation.
New task, the smoker on the balcony. We need more... What was that we need? Oh, where's he going? Oh, look, there's a dick on that door.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenement has multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
Aaron A. Aronson. That clip from Family Guy where Peter's trying to come up with a fake name and he's looking around. His name's, if you haven't seen Family Guy, his name's Peter Griffin. And he's looking around and he sees an empty plate over there with a P on it. He goes, "Oh, P." See someone crying over there. Tear. And then a griffin flies across the scene. Griffin. Yes, Peter Griffin. Ah, damn it. So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case.
Probably one of the ones by the gate. Sure.
There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. Delightful. a garden hose. This won't be any use until the snow melts. Nice. I want. What's that? There. The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. I'm assuming I can't use that door.
There must be another way into the building.
Very well.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
Turn it over.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Put the stone back. Okay, we have an apartment key. Now, what are we on XP-wise? 60? We've got new thoughts to internalize as well. The 15th Indo tribe. Wild Pines, Feld, Kupri, Tricentennial, Villiers, and LaSalle. Names of Revacolian Indo tribes spring into your head. Set loose at the mention of Wild Pines. Royal monopolies, octopuses, and swordfish, most of them gone now. YBP, Expander, San Baptiste, Brightest Star, LUM, Resplendent, East Insulindic, Welter, and El Cassette. But isn't one missing? Wait, no. There were only 14. Then why do you feel like there was a 15th Indo tribe? We've almost remembered the way home. Got fucked real bad. Oh, it's... Oh, that's where... Oh, we're on the other side of here, are we? Okay. You talk to her on this side.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
It's Kuno S.
Pip's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
No, why would you even say that?
Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
Okay. So where was this game? Not that one, is it? That's no, that's the door for... Oh, we can't go in here? Oh, hello. Thinks he's worse than Kuno? I don't know. Kuno's pretty shit.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Upstairs in room 28.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Do I have any questions about these apartments? Do I need to ask anything? I don't think I do. Thanks, I'm off. Balcony. Which way to the balcony? What's in here? Boxes filled with cleaning chemicals. Some smells of laundry detergent. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Which way to the balcony? What's this one down here? An old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Are we considering stealing someone's shoes? These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Huh. Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. What apartment number did she say? Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Inspect the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What is it? Why does it? What does it evoke in me?
Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless shapes on a wall. This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
28, I think. Apartment 28.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Time for a little snip snip.
You seem committed to it, so go on.
High chance. 72%. Use the chain cutters to cut through the padlock.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
Why do we want?
After you, detective.
Just found a lock that I can go in. Go on then. Let's see what's here. Ooh. Quite a light room. There's that star again. Flamboyant post with the white star. Real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capitals and such.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
Brave having that above your bed.
Kraz Mazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Mazov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Something else down here as well. What's this? What are their things? What's a lounge jacket? We just nicked it. I'm not going to put it on. Clothes. +1 conceptualization summer plans. A classic white summer jacket loved both by the Summersian Communist Party and the accompanying subtropical drug traffickers. It fits you well, regardless of your political ambitions. Okay, bear that in mind. What did I need the gloves for? I asked for gloves. I asked for the gardener's gloves, but I can't remember why. You can put them on. Just walking around with these gardening gloves on. Get +1 to interfacing. Might as well have it. What's this? Postcard. Door number 9 is locked. Is this the way to the balcony? What's that there? Oh. Someone has torn down the wall. An old grocery list on the table and checks. Come on. 20p, yes! I'm rich. £3.20. I've got some Nosafed as well. That. The sea below looks cold and winter grey. Oh, there's the door to the balcony. A note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Aha, hello.
Ooh.
Oh,
the
Cindy.
piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
We cops don't like closed doors or unritual perches or people having high ground on us.
Yeah, you got me now. The dynamic between us has completely changed.
Oh yeah, we want stuff from her. We want her painting materials, don't we? We should be nice to her.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil. Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
Is that government fuel oil?
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
Cindy, I need some paint. And your brush, too.
What for?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art... But what kind of art are we talking about?
Everything is sad and shit, and we need art to make it okay. Just give me the brush.
Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience.
To crush a man's dream like that, I hope you're happy.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything.
Conceptualization very low, 3%. Okay. Catch you later, Cindy. How do we get to... What's this? Oh, where are we going now? Oh, that's just the way we came. Oops.
Yes?
Oh, I didn't want to leave. It points into logic to open this white check. Okay. The door. There we go. Needs to go up. Up. The door is locked. You can't get in. The chair's new. Someone lives back there. Ew. 100 tiny feet scurry beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Is this not... I thought this was how I got to the guy on the guy the skinny guy. Is it not?
Give me a moment.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
She leans on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar.
He just broke in.
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the star and antlers? I think that's a symbol of communism.
The symbol of what now?
Communism. It's a political ideology.
Ah. All I know about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good.
Do you know who lives in the foreclosed apartment?
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
Why is there a hole in the wall in the abandoned apartment?
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
That's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Thanks, I'm off. Interesting. Apartment 8, their mailbox is overflowing. What can we do about this? What's this thing here? 25p? £6.89? Hell yeah, I'm fucking rich. Almost got a tenner. What's this? Commodore Red, booze and magnesium. Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Something else in there. 42p. Okay, let me take a look at my journal, because... Smoke on the balcony. Locate the door number 28 in the apartment building. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's... I mean, it's none of these, is it?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
See what's in there?
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side of the door, as the other side walks right through the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Leave. Okay, where is apartment 28 then? Condemned. Is it not? I need to take a look at what else I can do up here. I've been in here before. Poor Lom labourer's jeans. Do they give us anything? +1 electrochemistry. Godass! -1 reaction speed. Hindsighted. Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. That beautiful peach-shaped man ass has imprinted itself into the deep fabric. You can't help but wonder if wearing them would start moulding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. Ooh. You want a nice butt? These are the pants for you. Another £5? Bloody hell, Harry. In the box. Check out the box. I'm finding all the money. 17 quid. Have we almost remembered the way home? At around 4 o'clock, didn't I? Ooh, come on. Okay, let's try outside again. Maybe there's a way in around there. A signal blue naval coat? Oh, I kind of want that. +1 to suggestion, -1 to half light. Classic double-breasted coat. Oh, +1 to suggestion. That might be quite good. If you ever find yourself battling winds at the helm of the ship, even if, yeah, okay. Let's put that. Oh, look at us! Look at us! That's fun. Okay, was there a way around here that we could go? More money and more magnesium. Oh, we can go this way. Oh. Oh, there's another balcony here. Oh my god. Okay. I see. Nothing? Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't at home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within sing along to some buoyant dance tracks. This must be 28.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
He looks around, taking in the cold spring air.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Okay.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Okay, we'll come back there tomorrow then, I guess. In there, 75p. Cool. Right, what can we do in the meantime then? We can go and what's this? Breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. We can go into the village. There's something about a girl in the village. What was the thing about the girl in the village? The armoured gloves, that's right. Down the coast. I might also just go back to my room and see if there's anything I can find out about my my badge or my gun there. It is atmospheric, isn't it? Hello everyone, I'm back. Oh, this room's open. What was that? Who are you?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
I really want to call him Garancy Kubek. Mr. Kubek, I'm here on official police business.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
The winch. Outside. In the backyard. Remember? No? Your fingers do.
There's a winch outside on the roof. Like that of a small elevator.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
What's this thing I can do here? An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Oh, gone up the stairs and save. Quick save. Up the stairs. This is my room. It's where I started. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
No, I meant disco. Never mind.
I know what you meant.
He looks toward the exit longingly. Oh. My flatmate's ordered food. Take? What am I taking? An empty cassette case. Why is that useful?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
It's so grim.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
I see. Doesn't look like there's anything else in here, does there? The broken window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Okay. This was where the woman was that we first chatted to.
The door is closed.
Knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside.
Knock again.
Still no answer.
Knock again, much harder.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Try the handle. Weird, isn't it?
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Okay, not sure there's any clues to be had about our past here. We can't use that door. Let's talk to him, see if he's got anything more to say.
Can I help you?
I've seen something here at the Whirling Art. A thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
There's a mysterious blue steel door at the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
Shadows and dust! He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Hobocop accent needs some work. I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
I saw a sign that said the mess hall was reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Bit more than Digby Chicken Caesar. That's a reference I haven't heard in ages.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
There's something else I want to talk about.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Goodbye. Okay, where are we going to go? To the fishing village? Every time I want to zoom in or out, I always press the wrong button. It feels like they should be the other way around. Plastic wrap macaronis stamped with humanitarian aid. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Does he want me to compare the market as well? Try the shades on.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
You're right. I'm too sensible for those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
Rummage through the box.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun.
Wow.
Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Try again, maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses in the box. 58%? What's the worst that could happen? Ah, I see. A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says sub-insulindic rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand carved out of bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. Let's try one.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue.
All is blue.
All right, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater.
Wow, officer! You look so cool!
I think I had a pair of blue sunglasses as a kid. I thought they were dog's bollocks at the time.
And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
Kim, what about these?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Leave for now. Has he got anything to say other than sunglasses?
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
With you in a moment, dude. I've just remembered something.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Loading cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives you 1 psi. Okay. So did that actually... Oh, we can... forget things? Oh, you need a skill point to forget something. Oh, really? Oh, God, okay. So did that actually get us anything, really? We don't know where we live. We still need money. Fuck. Fingerless gloves. Humanitarian aid tuna fish not for resale. And that's what he's doing, he's reselling, is he? Where was the thing? There was a thing for the drawbridge, wasn't there? A phone? What's this? Hot air rises from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Okay, what are we doing? Down the coast. The little girl down the coast. Where is down the coast? Nope. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. How do I get down the coast? Better watch your boy around, mouth your words around me, boy. Not her, surely.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Nothing new there. Have you running around with a torch this whole time in broad daylight? Yeah, it gives me a bonus. Therefore, I'm carrying the torch around with me. Still need to get that fucking body down. Can we go in there? Hello.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Immediately asking for money straight away. Trying to blind people with a light. Yeah. It's an interrogation technique. So are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
I think someone on our street is doing a barbecue because I can smell barbecue-y like scents and it's making me hungry.
What in God's name is she talking about?
Your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now. It's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
5. I felt some interest.
I guess it's better than nothing. She'll have to try harder next time.
All this pressure's made her really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails.
God. Ugh. I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and usually I don't know anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there.
We persuaded her.
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Of course, yes. This economy.
Exactly.
Is the husband Annette's father?
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Wait, Grand Couronne? What's that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent.
Sausage.
Almost inaudibly so.
Alright, I had something else in mind.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
Alright, I'll take a look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. What's the kid got to say now she's indoors?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Ah, so that's gone up to 28%. We need to increase our suggestion. What are you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult.
Maths.
Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
A detective hat?
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
1 in 4 can retry.
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. So what books do you have for sale? Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Way more serious than you're doing. Gardening gloves. Yeah, I forgot you're wearing gardening gloves as well. Right, hat. We can put a hat on. +1 encyclopedia. Yes.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
I don't really care. Look through the display of
Rows
books.
and rows of Heimdall-men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
Enough.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Pain Threshold 2. Do any of the books call out to me?
Nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
Leave. Okay, I don't know if there's anything of interest for us here. Oh, well, there's a secret.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
She's into some weird shit.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Who were the Seminese? Well, we had a lesson about the Seminese yesterday, didn't we?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
What the hell's behind there?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. Some bad mumbo-jumbo in that back room.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
We didn't burn him!
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The powers?
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
More Stanley Parable-like
She
dialogue.
speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Rip them apart this time for real.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
That's so. Creepy. Who's that? A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
28%. Broke into the communal apartment. Oh, okay. Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed out, dark echo.
Can retry it if I fail. Ow!
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Oh, God. This really wasn't the best idea, was it?
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets.
Leave. Okay, there's nothing there. But a mysterious door. Another boring book just discarded here.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Leave. Do you have anything you need to say?
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool?
I thought it was obvious. I tried to smash through the door by using pure physical force.
You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at the books. Go to them.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay, let's get out of here. Right. We still need a bunch of money. Should I go and ask the lady on the boat for money? I'm just going to go and ask her for money. Is it this way? No, it was up this way. You seem broadly helpful, just we didn't have our pass. Our badge. Wonder if she'll let us have some money.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
What? Why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What lustrous hair. What lustrous Thatcher-like hair.
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style, positively statuesque, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason.
Yeah? So?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
ashamed?
Yes. You're too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Odinil.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
I heard of billions. 72% chance. That sounds good. Can I have some money?
Voila, you're doing it.
Can I have some money, ma'am?
Of course. How much do you need?
Oh, wow. Oh. I'm not asking for $1 billion. I need 130.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She reaches into her raincoat and pulls out a zip bag. In it, you see paper notes arranged like black gills.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. There must be about 200 real in that zip bag, maybe a little less, plus some change at the bottom.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. You were just helping me out.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
Thank you, that's all for now. Is this snow getting heavier? Right, we can go pay our debt now. That's exciting, isn't it? I'd love to have heard a reaction to $1 billion. Yeah, me too. $1 billion real. £1 billion. Got some money for you, dude.
Can I
pay
help you?
my debts. So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I have your money.
Well?
Oh man, that's annoying. I can't read it.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted.
70 XP.
Payment for services rendered.
New skill point.
It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or
Ooh.
your door would have been locked electronically.
It is good. We wouldn't have been able
Please
to sleep.
pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
20. Okay.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Saw another thing at the whirling. Did I?
Another thing. Great.
Oh, no.
I love those.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
Bye. Okay, so we're paid up. We need to find £20 a day in order to keep living here. What? Oh yeah, skill point. We should probably. Where do we find the fishing village? Find out who is in the Union box. Garter's told you about some unruly Union men gather in the mess hall in the whirling in rags. They're not there today, but they'll mark sure. Keep an eye out for them. Okay. Find. Yep. Okay. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you'll have to do this every night. Okay, so there's options that we have there. Still need to get the body down. Access the harbour. Run the number. Oh! Run the number on the victim's armor. We can do that. Do I start internalizing advanced race theory? I don't. Not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna radio in that number that we found.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Got the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50 100 1000. The make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500 VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Right.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of
Close the door. Okay, that's good. We're making progress on that. Call back Alex in a day for info on the armor. That's tomorrow. What else can we do? What is the race enigma? With the advanced race theory until I do, then pass some time. When it's internalized, return to measure. This is how thinking is done. Oh, go on then. Oh, go on then. Let's think about advanced races. Internalize. 1 hour 40. Lose 1 drama while this is happening. Can I get in this way? Close the winter, please use main entrance. The main entrance doesn't look like the main entrance. Down here. We've not been here before, have we? No. Wild pines. A bold slogan, Humanox, covers the truck. Sounds awful.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane.
Yep, he's got no neck. It definitely counts as a cursed Hans.
Not a good track record of mental health in that family. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
Sure, we'll do that. What did this king do?
What did he do?
Failure!
You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
With my gun, maybe?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
None of the above. Maybe it's connected to the murder.
If we connect every bullet hole in Martinez to the murder, we'll get an overwhelming amount of loose threads. But then again, we don't really know what we are dealing with here, so I've made a note. Don't hold your breath.
Okay.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
I love horses, best of all the animals. There's the money for the room tomorrow. Who are you?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Wait.
Lieutenant stops you before you can snap. Oh.
She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
If you say so. Okay, fine. A foreign car kept in good condition. Alright, this leads back round to here.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hey, tough guy, I had more questions.
Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
You don't have any tips on how to punch a guy out, do you? Say a really big race theorist guarding a button?
Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say.
He might have some advice, but you've got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
We'll just learn about races. Okay, I'm gonna leave. We need to find out more about our past and our gun. Where the hell have they gone? Who are you?
Welcome to Elysium.
Racist lorry driver. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense.
We are the law.
Oh, the stench is getting unbearable. Is there a reason you're bothering me?
Not really.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes. Probably Astra Whites.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples?
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a cover story to me.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining it.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think.
Oh, so they grow apples in Grad?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Yekokata is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally in the name. Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
You keep saying koikos. What does that actually mean?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk. Those degenerates from Grad.
Okay, but why the word... Okay, so it's an ethnic slur.
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
So can I see the apples?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
It looks with a strange glint in his eyes.
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
We're done for now. I really want my pass back. I keep on calling it my pass, my badge. Find any information you can on the gun. Yeah, I'm trying. Ask around about the tattoo's possible meaning. Kuno lied to you. Return and confront him. Where's the rest of the armor? Kuno, you shit.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him.
Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
I will remember this, Kuno.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, griefing the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
I talked to the gardener. She said not to listen to you.
Pig, do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds? Kuno gives you hot fucking leads, snitch bit style, and you come back griefing the Kuno. The fuck out of here.
On absolute shit.
Get the fuck out of here, fat ass. Those pants are too small for you.
The pants are totally okay. Don't listen to her. She's trying to give you body image problems.
I gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Have I saved? Fairly recently. We've got health and morale now, so we're not in super danger. So you refer to yourself in third person?
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
He's a fucking idiot.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Bang gets loud as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. We alright? You wanna get fucked again? Come back.
Fucking cunt. Right, Cerberus, there he is. My boy. My boy. Okay, we need to use some magnesium. Man, I really want to shoot him in the face. Bullied by the kids, I know, right? What cocks. Oh, my vomit? I can interact with my vomit?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
I thought that was my vomit. Okay, let's do a visual calculus check.
What do you think you are? A super detective?
Oh,
You're
fuck.
hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks.
Noted.
Damn. Leave. We love the magnesium. Okay, so what do we do now? Need to come back tomorrow for that. Track down your badge. Maybe you'll just stumble across it down the line. Miracles happen. Ask around about the tattoos, which we're trying to ask about the tattoos to the woman on the boat, but we need a badge for that. We're internalizing that. How long's left on that? I'm on the race theory. 1 hour 11. Oh, God. Okay. How do we get to the coast? The little girl in the village, the village fishing. The little girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows someone about the armored gloves. The fishing village down the coast. How do I get there? Coin operated view has been banged up inoperable. Are we some kind of wraith? What's with our portrait? I mean, maybe. We started the game in a void. And we've no idea what anything is. It's as if we've just been born into this world. What's this place?
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
Oh, do I need to actually put the torch away? I can't do that while I'm talking to him. Items... Tools? How do I... How do I actually put it away? How do I get it off? Oh, here we go. Held. There we go.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
Oh, is my gun here? Or my badge?
What can I do for you?
Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
42%. Composure noticed psychedelic. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
I pawned my gun?
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
What did I do? Why did I... What?
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it.
Woman
and
referred to
of her.
herself as pig.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can.
It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Oh God. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Kim has an interesting accent. I mean, I guess it's meant to be French, right? I guess. I don't know how accurate it is. You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Yeah, that's what we're doing anyway. Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colours.
Have I got anything I want to sell?
Let me have a look.
I'm not selling in the photo of the corpse. I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Sounds French with a mix of je ne sais quoi. Sell those things, the postcard and the cassette case. Nah, not really worth it. I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
I have other business to take care of now. Autosave, thank you very much, game.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Okay. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Bust of a woman, the plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Oh, I didn't want to leave! Oh, that's some kind of machine. Antique cash register. In this cabinet here.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Think of a truly cool figurine in the box under the table.
Why, what's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
What's this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
50p, sure, I'll have it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Does it actually bring me luck? Always carry it with me? Can I actually hold it? I guess not. Maybe we're seeing how much these clothes are worth, actually.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Something like
sure.
to sell? I like to sell my
I'm not
clothes.
purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Another time, perhaps.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar.
What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt?
It's the man from Hjelmdal.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
Remind me, who's the man from Hjelmdal again?
The man from Hjelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla, mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD. In fact, most people don't think that man from Hjelmdal ever really existed, but they are wrong.
Hjelmdal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
Wow, what?
What do you mean the man from Hjelmdal was real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
Encyclopedia, I guess, is more like one of our skills. We're using it to get knowledge about the world. Because we know nothing.
It's for the best, because Hjelmdal is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
I wonder if that'll help us with a check on him. Sniff the t-shirt.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
Let go of the t-shirt. I'll talk to him again, see if that check has changed.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Now it's up to high. Odd brain activity. Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Why is this a character Webster will be able to do perfectly? I mean, I've thought that a few times playing this game. There are some characters that Webster could nail in this. Pyrrolidon? What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it just me, or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
Why is it called the People's Pile?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you're a part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organised, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. Must have been tough radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor. Hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
I'm at the beds. Let's take care of now. Bye. Interesting. What's that up there?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-travelled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Don't really care about them. Okay, interesting. Let's have another walk around then, shall we? Oh, how do we get out of here? This way? Could do with finding this fishing village. I also wonder, I was just thinking in that conversation, water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 AM. I wonder if the shop sells a map. Barry, can you hear me, buddy?
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershell.
Was it me?
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
Thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
Oh, thank you.
It is salty. It is savory. It is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
I'm hungry.
Want some too, officer?
He turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
Right, bye. Right, so if the coast is closed, how do we get to the fishing village?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal.
Right.
But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Probably.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Release it.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way.
New task. Close the waterlock on Wednesday. Okay.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Okay, yeah. There was. I don't know what day it is. Does he know what day it is?
G'day to you, officers.
What's with the lever that does nothing?
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Why is it disabled? Because of the blockage.
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Do I ever? No, we don't. We're bad with people. Oh, that's fine. Do I ever?
Great. Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
What day is it today?
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Third day. Okay, so it's Monday today. Right, bye. Okay, so we can't go to the fishing village. And why did we want to do that? To talk to a girl who knew something about the gloves. Yes, track down my gun. Keep looking, maybe someone else knows something. Yes. Oops. You don't have a map. Acquire a copy of the city map. Let's see if we can do that. Are these all the tests we can do? These tests with those are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Oh right, I see. Yeah. Oh, Kim's got a logic test. What's the logic test on Kim we can do? 42%. Oh wow, that's early.
You pick over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge.
Okay, never mind. Nothing. Oh, we only need 15 XP until our next skill point. We have another thought to internalize as well, don't we? What's this? The 15th Indo tribe. Oh, yes. I don't know what we get for that. I'm going to use some magnesium to get some of that morale back. Right, I'm going to check out the shop. See if they have a map. Oh, I've got my bag now, haven't I?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
I have the tear bag, but no tear. Can I still use the tear machine?
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
Thank you. Oh, that's funny. What's that up there?
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak.
Arms heavy.
There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no.
Looks at the wall of goods behind her, then adjusts her
I'm
hat.
obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
I don't want to buy any booze.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
I know. And this was what?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big...
Adds endurance. Okay, do you not sell maps? How do I get a map? Now my plan was to stream until Emma went live, expecting her to go live sort of around 9 o'clock, or not 9:30, but she's just gone on now, which is early for her. So we might wrap this up fairly soon. Tell you what, when does that pop? How long have we got left on Advanced Race Theory? 29 minutes? Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll go and talk to the guy, and then we'll call it a day there, I think. Seems like a good amount of... I'll say a good amount of progress. Doesn't really feel like we've done anything. What can we do in the meantime for half an hour? Can we try again getting the paint off her?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh, right. Attempt to explain your artistic intentions. Right, no. Is the bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
It's not the nicest place, but I guess I'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens.
Cool, I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Catch you later. Okay, I did remember that reading can pass the time. So maybe we should buy a book. Maybe we should buy a book to read. This is a book about pate.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular,
more
sword-wielding mountains of
Heimdall.
it. Heroic quantities of Heimdall.
Gift books and molten candy.
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storky, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Nice.
Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Look at me. Who wants to have children with me?
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family.
Fiddles her pendant.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 reals.
That's quite a lot of money. So what about all these Wirral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
A civilization building game where you build civilizations. It's the tautological game.
Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
That's a lot of money.
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
Leave. They're a cheaper book. Just want to pass some time. This book collects the national recipes of Ardor. They're all about lake trout. Delicious. But look up there before. What's this? It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. A quaint picture book brochure. Very colourful.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Storekeep, anything of note in this shelf?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
I've forgotten everything.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
So you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
470? I think I'll get that. I'll need to find some more money tomorrow to pay for the room, but...
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
Leave. Can I read it here? Interact with the book, The Greatest Innocence. Fine.
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
Crack open this immense tome. You're an immense tome.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes. You ready?
Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go.
Oh no.
Question 1. Who was the first innocence? Oh yeah, this is what I was made for.
You know, I really didn't absorb anything from what I just read. Oh, hang on. So, go on, give me all the hints you got.
A pop quiz is a short examination designed to test your knowledge without any prior warning or announcement. Such exams allow the teacher to assess how thoroughly the students have retained the material at hand. Voila. Now blast that first innocence. Dolores Day. Dolores.
Dolores Day.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern, she was powerful and beautiful on all her icons. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps? Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day.
You know, I didn't really absorb anything from what I just read.
Then go with your best guess. Isn't that what students are trained to do when they don't know the answer?
Solar?
Incorrect. Solar was anointed during the previous century and even lived to see the current one. She was an urban planner who spoke her mind and largely left history to its own devices, encouraging people to excel on their own rather than prescribing to a deified model of history. She is often called an anti-innocence.
Opposite, then.
Solar resigned after an assassination attempt by a Yugo nationalist who blamed her for not taking the side of the left during the turn-of-the-century revolutions. Innocences don't usually resign. Care to try again?
The Pericarnassian?
Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius.
There's a lot of information here.
As a young man with
There's a
molten
lot going
gold
on.
pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum. As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party. Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence?
I've got a thought that I've finished internalizing now about race theory. I need to get out of here.
Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Sure, try again. I trust you got my back.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general. At least, the parts that matter.
Yes, so interesting, but I thought you'd give me the answer to the question.
I can do better. Okay, so commonly, an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win. For their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help?
No.
Damn. Dolores.
Stop saying Dolores. Vespa Messina?
Incorrect. Vespa Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vespa and Messina. Care to try again?
Franco Negro?
Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation.
The nation.
Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue.
Imagine making a game like this. There's so much detail in this.
Question 3. Who was the false innocence? Got it under control. No problem. Solid on this one. It's widespread historical information.
The false innocence. You gonna be helpful this time? I could use a hint.
Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Pericarnacian. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members.
Yeah, they added the voice over the final mix, didn't they? It was just text only before.
There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. It's not my fault. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful.
Did we already learn anything about... I don't recognize any of these names. Erno Pasternak?
Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences. Some assumed to have innocentic qualities. Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Erno Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? the most important of them all, the most precious to humankind. I've got it, honest.
Dolores, I guess.
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence. A most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get a C, vaguely passable. A solid effort with nothing much else to show. Nice going, mediocrity man.
Thanks.
You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Why are we so into Dolores Day? Okay, we have a thought. We have a thought. It's thinking time. Why can't I see them? Alright, there we go.
Advanced race theory.
Icky.
Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights.
That's what we're going to do. Oh, I forgot to look at the bonuses there. I can't remember what we got. Advanced race theory. Loading count for rhetoric raised 5 + 1 to conceptualization. The mystery is mostly aesthetic. Okay, let's go and talk to the racist then, and see if we can see if we'll get that body down from the tree for us, and then we'll leave it for the night. Talking to a racist. Talking to a racist. This way? Measurehead makes all men quiver.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I think I know what the race enigma is.
And?
I don't know about the rest, but it's clear I should stop drinking the ancient Ilmaran mind poison Algul.
Fascinating. The Revacholian degenerate shows signs of racial self-reflection. How did you accomplish this little feat?
I sobered up for 5 minutes.
So it would seem, Thorleful. I find myself at a crossroads. On one hand, this pathetic self-therapy has little to do with the great mystery of living organisms, the race enigma. And, of course, you will not be able to free yourself from the yoke of rule. It is too late. It may be lethal to stop at this point, but still, if the Revacholian degenerate is capable of critical thought, he may still prove a race adversary. Why should I help my adversary?
Jean, baby, do the heroic thing.
First of all, I will stop drinking.
That is not possible. The game of Shahmat you play against the rules tricks is unwinnable. The days, the weeks, the months will wear you out. The Occidental Aplo group is incapable of long-term lucid thoughts.
You're wrong. I'll do it. I'll stop I'm quitting.
You will not. You cannot withstand the wasteland of reality.
It's super hard, Jean. My mom couldn't do it either.
Now open the doors. I need to talk to Everard about getting that body down.
Very well. You may enter once.
Thank you.
Our conversation here has concluded.
I agree.
Let's go.
Oh boy, that was an effort. Right, save game. We're done. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight. It's been weird. It's been weird. I'm getting into it now, though. I am starting to enjoy it more than I was yesterday. Helped by not having a game over today. That's aided me. I'm starting to get into it. I am starting to get into it. We've got a lot of tasks to do. I like having tasks to do. Odd game is odd. Odd game is odd. We will continue with this, not tomorrow, but I guess on Sunday. Sunday is when I'll be back.